Before I went into a trial match in school, I'd never seen a game. Because during the war, you see, there was no rugby at all. All rugby clubs were closed down for the duration of the war. I'd never seen a game, didn't know what the laws were. And I decided, and a notice came up on the notice board saying, if anybody wants to play for the Colts, the Colts were the under-15s, you see. Anybody wants to play for the Colts this year, put your name down, and I put my name. We had to go into the forces in those days, you see. I was conscripted into the Navy, and there was a club there called Devonport Services. Devonport Services was quite a substantial club in those days. So that was the club that I went from school straight away. So I played first-class football from the age of 18, 19. As far as I was concerned, Saturday afternoon, it was just a Saturday afternoon recreation. You paid for the opponent's tea, you know, after the match. It was just a fantastic feeling of it. It was like a big club. Doesn't matter which club you went to, everyone was the same. You were on the same level all the time. That was the feeling, really, one of disbelief. Once you were selected, I suppose we all are, the people who might have been in for selection were sent a letter in about the December before they were picking the team for the following year, asking if you were selected, you know, would you be prepared to go, or were you able to go? Really, I was teaching, and naturally I thought, well, if I'm good enough for this, how I would take advantage of this, because I was teaching, and teachers' salary in those days were pretty poor, actually, under £500 a year. I wrote to the county asking if they would pay me for this 4 months that I would need off for this Lions tour, and they wrote back and said no. So I said, well, what do I do now? Well, if they're not going to pay me, well, I can have 4 months in South Africa, somebody paying all the bills and living on the fat of the land, if you like, and for nothing. So I said, I'll give up my job. We had great players, you know, we had Cliff Morgan and Dickie Jeeps and Butterfield in the centre, and WPC Davis, the English centre, and good wings as well, O'Reilly of Ireland, and it was a very well-balanced side. It was just an eye-opener visiting the country anyway, because we didn't only go there, you see, we went to Southwest Africa, and we went up to the Rhodesias, and on the way back we went to Kenya, and so you saw the whole of Africa in one holiday, because, you know, you're not always running about with the ball. You only spend an hour a day running about, getting fit, and the rest of it, practicing for the rest. The rest of the time is virtually yours. It was a successful footballing side, because that's what you went there for anyway. And that was the outstanding feature of it. And guys that you could get on anywhere with, you know. It didn't matter whether they're from Scotland or Ireland or whatever. It was a very, very happy tour. And when you had people like O'Reilly and Cliff Morgan, who could play the piano, and there's somebody else who was always got up for a song and so on, it was a very, very, very nice, warm feeling. 1959 was a little bit different because, unfortunately, the captain of the tour was a hooker, Bonnie Dawson. And so I know I'm not going to be picked in. So that's how we accepted, really. I said to myself, well, if I was captain, who would I pick? And I picked me, I'm captain. He was captain, so he's going to pick whoever he's going to pick. You know, I'm still friends with Ronnie Dawson. I can still say, well, I played 8 tests for the Lions, and how many have done that? And who's done 3 tours anyway? We filled every ground that we played on. It's unreal, isn't it, really, that you know, almost 55, 6, 7 years later, that you're still fit enough and well enough, and still people think you're good enough to do another tour. Enjoy being on tour, and enjoy revisiting places that you've been to before, and going back down the diamond mines and the gold mines and all of the beautiful scenery that they've got there, and fantastic. Yes, it's nice to revisit anyway.